Thank you, Christina, for sharing with us some of the health concerns that come along with stress. Now, in order to manage stress, we need to first identify what's causing it. Some would say this is probably the easiest step in managing stress because we generally know what's causing our stress, whether it's making us mad, sad, angry, nervous, any of those, however stress comes about on you. And it's gonna take us very easily to the next step, which would be relieving our stress. It's not too hard to figure this out, but if you do have troubles with it, there are some things that can help you out. For instance, in my case, I like to split my life into 3 categories, those being work, school, and family. These basically, encompass the entirety of my life and my daily activities in pretty broad spectrum. They can help me out in figuring what's going wrong in any specific area. So let's go through them. With work, it really depends on what you're doing. In my case, I'm a cashier at PetSmart currently, and that's not too stressful of a job. It just gets stressful when there's a long line there. But generally, the workload isn't too much. But for some, the workload can be a lot. Say you're working in fast food, very fast-paced job industry and whatnot. It can really come about you very harshly. So say you had a very busy lunch rush, that could be very stressful in your life, and it can really maybe make you not like your job in some cases and make you dread going in. That could be a pretty hard stressor in your life. The next one I like to talk about is school. We all have to deal with that. Exam days, probably one of the most stressful days we usually have around here, especially studying up to it. All your learning culminating in just one day and one exam that you have to show for the past couple of weeks or so. It can get very, very stressful, and just making sure you have everything down to a T. It can really just get you nervous and anxious. And the last one I like to talk about is family. This, just meaning friends, actual family, just any individuals you have close in your life. And the way it can stress you out is maybe you have any dramatic individuals in your life, people that just give you a lot of trouble. Maybe they're in fights with you, or they have their own situations and you care about them a lot, and that just makes you worry about them in a bit more than usual. So these are basically the 3 categories I like to use when trying to identify my stress. I find them very useful in really outlining and figuring out what's going wrong and what places, finding those stressors very easily. And this step is very important in figuring out what's going on because you're identifying where the problems lie. And once you get past this step, you can easily move on to the next one, which is relieving your stress. And that's a very important step as well, probably the most important. A bit harder than this one, but Matt's going to take you through that right now. Thanks.